In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to add Google credentials to your n8n workflow. So select any of the Google Notes, right? Open it up. You have the option to credential to connect to it, right? Click on the drop down, select create new credential. It shows you this pop-up and tells you to connect using either OAuth2, which is recommended, or service account. Then you also have this redirect URL, which we are going to use later. Then you need to provide a client ID and the client secret. To get the client ID and the client secret, click on Open Docs, so that shows you the documentation for the OAuth2. You see the prerequisites. You need to have a Google Cloud account. So if I click on the Google Cloud account, if you don't already have an account, go ahead and create one. I already have one and I'm signed in. So all I just need, come to my top right and click on console. Now this console opens up. Once this console opens up, the first thing you need to do is to click on this top left where you have the project picker. Select it. It's going to show you all your initial projects. In this particular case, let's create a new project. Now that project opens up. We can say the name of this project is n8n Google, right? n8n Google. Then we create it. You can see it is creating the project. Once the project has been created, you can go ahead and select it. You can either select the project here, or you can come back to this top left and click on the project picker. You can see the n8n Google. So if I open it up, it's going to load the n8n Google project for me. Now, through the quick access, I can select APIs and services. You can also come to the top left here, click on this, and you see the API and services here. So the next thing we need to do is to create the OAuth consent screen. So if I come here and I select OAuth consent screen, it's going to open a page for me to create that OAuth consent. So the first thing, start with get started. It will tell you to add your app information. So let's call it n8n tests. Right, select a support email. I'll be the one, my email address. Click on next. What is the audience? External. Click on next. Enter contact email address. So that is that. Select next. Agree to the terms and conditions and say continue. Then go ahead and create. Once you've created this app, the next thing you just need to do is to add an audience. So if I click on audience here, you scroll down to this place and add a test user. This is so that you can, this user is the user that has access to this project. gmail.com, which is my email address, and I'm going to click save. So once you save that, this user now has access to this project. The next thing you need to do, if I come back here and I select the project picker, or you can just come here, come back to this API and services. We've created the OAuth consent screen. The next thing is for us to create the credentials. So click on the credentials. It gives you all this information. Click on create credential, select OAuth client ID. The page opens up. It asks you for the application type. Let's select web application, give it a name. Let's say test n8n, right? Then this is where you add the redirect URL. So you come back here. So we copy this, click copy that, come back here and enter it, then select create. So now we then have the OAuth client created. We have the client ID. You can copy that, come here and paste it. Then you have the client secret. You copy that, come back here and paste it. Now you can sign in with Google, right? If we ask you continue use because it's hosted with Hostinger. So if I say select Kebuchi here, they say this app hasn't been verified. Okay, of course, click on continue. Then what kind of access do you want to give this app? So you're going to select the access you want. In this particular case, let's say select all and click on continue. Then connection successful. So you can close this page. You can see here turn green to show that the account has been successfully connected to. So you can see this is the credential we just created. Now we can use it to, okay, get operation. Let's execute it. We can't really do this because we just added this message ID just to test, but you can, let's change the operation. Let's say add a label. You will need to, so let's change the operation and say, get what? Let's say send, right? So you need to enter an email address here. So you can say kbuchi10@gmail.com. You can say hello, and you can say hello. Right? Let that be the message. So if I execute this step, what is going to happen is going to tell you the Gmail API has not been used in the project. So that means even though we've created a consent screen, we've created the credentials and we've added it successfully, until you enable the API, it's not going to work. So we come back to this point, click OK here, come back to enabled API and services, right? So at this point here, we're going to search for Gmail API. You can see you select the Gmail API. you need to enable the Gmail API. So for all the suites of products that you want to connect to in your n8n, you need to go to the API and enable that particular product. In this particular case, we just enabled Gmail. So if I come back to this place and I say execute, is that going to, of course, it has successfully sent out this message that we just created. So that's to show that we've been able to connect using that credential. So if I click out of this place and I look at my Google Sheet now, if I open up this Google Sheet and I say select credential, now it's asking you to add a credential for Google Sheet. If I create new credential, in some cases, especially when you're using the cloud account, right, or the n8n cloud account, you automatically be able to sign in directly using Gmail. But what I've noticed is that for when you're hosting on Hostinger, for example, you will need to always enter the client ID and the client secret. So I have to come back here, come back to the credentials, open up these credentials, copy the client ID. You can copy of this client ID, come back to this place, paste it, then go get the client secret, copy it out, come here, paste the client secret here, and I say sign in. Now it's just going to show you those initial pop-ups that it did the last time. Click continue, going to show you the access you're giving it. So if I select this access and I say continue, it's going to show me that the connection has been successful. Yeah, so I can close this one up, and when I come back here, I should be able to see this now. So now we've not enabled the API. So we need to go back here, come to the enable API and services. You need to add the Google Drive, right? Because your Google Sheet is usually hosted in the Google Drive. So I click on this Google Drive API and I enable it. Remember, ensure that the project you are working with is the project you created those OAuth consent screen and the credentials in. So if I come back to this place and I say select, you can see, of course, I'm now able to connect to my Google Drive or the Google Sheet that is within that Google Drive. So if I execute get row, it will get a row from there. So it's just basically the same thing for your calendar and for your G Drive. All you just need to do, ensure you create your consent screen, ensure you create your credential, your OAuth credential. Then for each of the Google Drive, whether it's Gmail or G Drive or calendar, ensure you enable the appropriate API. I hope you got value from this video. Kindly like, share, subscribe so that Google can send this to others that may benefit from it and they can learn from it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.